everyone, and welcome back to another video that I'm trying to do a little bit different this time. Okay. I just got up, so excuse my crappy voice. So I've been doing a few videos for Warframe recently, and I think that almost none of my viewers know Warframe except for maybe one guy or two. Yeah. So I decided to do a little bit of how to get started in Warframe and a little bit about the basics. So if you don't know anything about Warframe, it's a complete free-to-play third-person shooter, which means you have sort of a over-your-shoulder look and yeah. Free-to-play means you don't have to buy the game, you don't have to buy any expansions. The only thing you can buy is cosmetics or skipping time, like skipping wait, skipping grind, or all that stuff. So you can, like me, play this game entirely without paying any cent. Okay. When you first start the game, you will probably be greeted with like an introduction mission. We can go along this mission and be greeted with like the basics, like the bare basics, movement, attacking, all that kind of stuff. That's really good, and they're also trying a new tutorial for the game, which I'm really excited for. But as it is now, it's pretty good. It explains the rare basics and just getting used to the whole thing. Then, when you're done with the first tutorial, you will automatically put into a few missions, like the starter missions that you get. Just go along the first quest. It'll tell you all the basics that you need to know, meet you with some people that you need, and after all that's done, you are done with the first quest, and you're like, so what now? If you don't automatically have a new quest, um, seen here where the ghoul purchase, just ignore that. You can just go to the console and have this symbol. Always look out for this X, that's your quest. If you don't have that, then there's a console right here that you can use. It's called the codex. It's very useful because there's like all information and everything there, so you can just use it. And you will be immediately greeted with like the first quest. Was price that you probably just did. And then you can select Size Vigil. Probably not that because you haven't unlocked that. Or maybe just Howl of the Kubro. So just whenever something's unlocked here, you just click on it and then you can start the quest. Since I have done the quests, I cannot. And when a quest is unavailable, it'll not say completed like here, it'll say the requirements like do this mission, do unlock this planet or something. So then you're like, okay, now I know what I need to do. Now, how do I do that stuff? Because I was barely able to kill those guys. First of all, at the first mission, like just when you spawn, you have the choice of weaponry. You have a bow or an assault rifle. You have a kunai or a pistol. You have a sword or a MK1 bow, which is a staff weapon. It's basically your choice what you take, but I can recommend firing arms like loud firing arms are better, but it might suit your playstyle because you came from a game like Metal Gear Solid where you were just lurking around and silently murdering everything. That's okay, you can go that way. And then just do the following quests, and at some point when you level your weapons just by doing some random missions, um, you will probably be able to do your mastery test, which is normally shown here at this white bar filling up. Then whenever you press options, it will say a big mastery rank upgrade here. The first three mastery rank tests are very easy, and I can recommend it to everyone to just do those things. And that's basically like fight with your primary only, fight with your pistol only, and fight with your melee only. Pretty easy, pretty standard. You shouldn't have too much trouble with it. If you still fail, well, that's just bad luck. Now then, you're probably like Mastery 1. You have done some of the quests. You probably got Excalibur because that's like what everyone chooses. I just chose Mac so I don't run around with like a prime frame. And then you're like, so what apart from quests can I do? Like, the first junction should already tell you to equip some mods. Here. Complete quest voice price. You already done that. Collect 20 mods. You probably also done that because every enemy that you kill has a chance to drop mods. Which are those like playing cards, like Northwind that you see right there. Apply 4 mods to a single Warframe or weapon. If you level up your Warframe, you will be able to do that, and upgrade any mod to rank 2 or higher through fusion process. So, you're like, how am I supposed to do that? And that's where you go into this lower area right here. So, hi Kavad. Then you have your mod console, your pet incubator, your arsenal, where you modify your Warframe and weapons and all that stuff, your sentinel, which you cannot interact, and your foundry. If you haven't unlocked any of these, just continue on with the quests, and you will get that unlocked along the quest. So, for the junction, you need to go here to the arsenal, and then you will probably not see that much stuff here, so I will go over it one by one. The first one, the top one, is your frame. Your Warframe, your character that you play, and the thing you're controlling. And now you have options. Equip another frame. You'll probably not have any other yet. You can upgrade it, which you will be greeted with probably that, and you can put some mods in. So you probably only have like a few mods, like ignore that. You will probably have like vitality and steel fiber and redirection. So you just put those mods on, like redirection. No, not reflection, redirection. Those mods will be unleveled, which you see at the bottom of the card. You see gray dots. If you rank up a mod, those dots turn blue and the mod will be stronger, but I'll get to that. Then you put on your redirection, your steel fiber, and then you put on your vitality. So you have a little bit more health, shields, and armor. And after that, it's probably already as much as you can put on. Maybe you found some basic mod, like, I don't know, diamond skin. You find that very often. So you just put that on. Now you used up 16 capacity, which you see up here. It's not that much, but it means your Warframe needs to be level 16 to put that on. If you cannot put everything on because your capacity reached 0, that means you need to level up your mod until you can put that many mods in. Every mod has like a basic layout. You see a middle picture, which is mostly not important. You see the name of it, like here, steel fiber. You see below steel fiber, you see the effect that the mod gives. Like this one gives plus 10% armor. And you see Warframe, so that's a Warframe mod. You can put it on your Warframe. And also at the top right, you see a 4 with a weird looking symbol. The 4 is the capacity drain, and the weird looking symbol, you don't really need that yet. If that symbol up the top matches the symbol that you have in the slot right here, like if I have the mods with this line here and I put them in here, their cost will be split in half. So that's good. And then you're like, I have my basic stuff on my frame. I probably now have the achievement or the requirement for the next rail, or at least this one. But it requires you to upgrade a mod through fusion process. And you're like, what? Fusion? Oh my gosh, I have no idea what that is. So it's pretty easy. You just, if you want to level up any mod that you already have on your Warframe, you just look at that mod and press square, which will bring you directly to your mod console without anything else. And here we have our 4 mods: Redirection, Vitality, Steel Fiber, and Diamond Skin. Just ignore the rest. And then you can be like, I want more health. So I click on the mod, and the left thing is called Fusion. Then you select that and you level it up by 2 steps, which will greatly increase the effect, but it will also cost you some endo, which you normally get from killing enemies, and credits, which you also get from killing enemies and opening lockers. Just smash everything open and try to interact with anything for the start. Nothing bad will happen. And then you apply the fusion by pressing square. You confirm it. And now you have a mod which gives you more health. And then you can just exit the console and and then you have more health that you will see here. Your frame will probably not have those stats because I already leveled my frame. I just made it to show you. So you're feeling proud that you leveled your frame, and you think, what about those weapons? You probably don't have the Super Vandal, it's just the most basic looking weapon that I have. And you want to level those two because you can do that. And then you are also greeted with this screen. A lot less slots, those top ones are gone, but they are only for Warframes, so just ignore them for now. Now you're like, what's important for weapons? And the only thing important is damage. So you maybe don't have that many mods, probably at the start, but you will have one mod that is called Serration, or Serration Flawed. And you can put this mod in. And as we learned, you can put the mod in with the right polarity or the right symbol at the top right into the right slot, and it will only drain half the capacity. Now you see a lot of green over here, or a little bit, which means your damage got increased. Again, you can also level up those mods as you did with your vitality. And that means your weapon will do more damage. The basic mod that you that I can recommend everyone is Serration, because that's your basic mod for damage. It goes up to like 175% more damage, which is a lot. But for the start, you will have to work with that. It's the best you can get, so just put it on. And then you think about, wait, I have more capacity, but I cannot level up this mod. And then you think, what can I put on else? And you probably have this mod, which is like the most common mod, period. It drops so often you will always have one. If you don't, just run any mission. And that mod increases your ammo maximum. That means you put it on and you don't see any stat increase. You're like, what's happening? Weapons have a magazine, which this one has a gigantic magazine because it's like a minigun, and also it has an ammo maximum. That means the amount of ammo that you can store additionally to your magazine, like the amount of magazines that you can carry basically. So you put that on and you probably still have some place. So the next thing that you can put on is fast hands. That's also very common and increases your reload speed. Not by much at that level, but hey, it's something. It's a little bit faster. Later on you will aim to level those mods up and just basically progress as you go with leveling those mods. So now that that's done, you repeat the steps for your pistol, but you will see, wait a minute, that doesn't have serration in here. That's because pistols have a mod that is called Hornet Strike, which will do exactly the same as serration, increase your damage just as it is. It goes a little bit higher. And then you can also put on some other mods, but for now that's your basic thing that you get. So you have a little bit more damage for your pistols. Same goes for your melee weapon. Also, whoops. Different names for it. Here, it's not called Serration or Hornet Strike or anything. It's called Pressure Point, because melee. And then you put on your basic melee mod, and then you have more damage. If you not compare it to the basic stats, it gives you more damage. A little bit more damage. And you completely ignore that because you won't have that. You will probably not have anything here. So that's what it should look like. Maybe without the generic slot. Ignore that for now. I will get to that probably far later. Then you have your basic modding on it, and then you can go to the navigation, not end up there, end up on Earth, and you can now do the Venus junction. Junctions are very, very good for getting one, Master XP, the thing that you need to increase your mastery rank. It's always good to do that. And it will also make you able to progress on the star chart, like from Earth to Venus. So you think, let's do the junction. And the junctions are mostly very easy and very basic. It is like fighting one of your own. So you come into here. Oh, I do not have subtitles on. Interesting. Sorry, I kind of fuck up a little bit. mm, subtitles. There we go. Yeah, and then you will also be greeted with that. You can enter the junction before you have all of them done and just check what you need. And also you see the rewards, which are a little bit. The Furious is a good weapon, Northwind is a basic mod, a Stormbringer also basic, and Texon Blueprint. Texon is a very good sentinel at the start because he can freeze enemies or slow them down. And then you can confront the Spectre, which puts you into a fight with him. And it's the Rhino Spectre, so you kind of just use the environment as cover and kind of peek around corners. I would not recommend you to peek the other way around because it's third person, so you can abuse that a little. And then you just mow him down. Or you just shoot him often enough until he gives up. Then you go here and activate this console, which I cannot do because I already done it. I have to go over here. But normally you have a nice little cutscene where you unlock the next planet. And also a loading screen. The loading screens in this game are not too long. They're kinda quick. It's just... yeah, it's there. So then you unlock your next junction. And... then you can go to Venus. And you probably don't see that much. You only see one node unlocked, which is E-Gate, not Nightmare. And everything else will have a lock on it. And then you do the E-Gate mission. Here, the regular mission. And it's on public. Yep. Speaking of public, I can very much recommend everyone, if you're starting out, to play missions on public. I will show you how to do it later. Because, in general, the Warframe community is very welcoming to new people, helping new people, just very welcoming in general, except for some individuals. Like, you will rarely come across them. And then you are here. And you will sometimes find those item stars, which are blue glowy things. So you pick them up. And you run your missions, explore everything.
He knows you're here.
You're probably not as fast as your other teammates, but that doesn't matter. You can just roll, which you can do by quickly tapping your left bumper, like L1. What I just did was a bullet jump, which is done by crouching and then pressing X. And you have sometimes two-player doors, which you need, well, obviously 2 people to do. And don't worry, you don't need to kill stuff yourself, even if your teammate kills it, because you don't even get to see an enemy if you play in public. That sometimes happens. That's just that he has progressed farther and has better weapons or better mods. So you still level from him. Like if he kills something, you also get XP. You get the same amount of XP if you kill it yourself or if he kills it. So you cannot just let him do the work and watch. Or try to shoot stuff yourself. And yeah, then you just destroy containers, because those always have like money, ammo, stuff like that. And resources. And by the way, you don't take fall damage. If you don't get bullet jumping right just as you start, that's normal. By the way, the green point always says you where to go, but you can sometimes just go to the extraction another way because you know a quicker way. Like, I skipped the elevator because it's slow, and because I don't like elevators. You have to wait so long for them. So you just roll your way through the mission, or maybe if you're good with the movement system, you can also slide and then press X, and just repeat that, and you're really fast. That's what sets Warframe apart. You have a really good movement system.
Another job well executed.
And then you end up with a screen like that. Probably your weapons will be still leveling, so you have a progress bar here for all of them, and you have the resources that you got, and the mods that you got, and some other stuff that no one cares about, which is called stats. Basically just for the show-offs that want to always have the most damage, but you can just ignore that. So then you progress through the planets, and probably at some point get to this node, Fossa, which is a very, very good step in starting out. But I think I'll just end the part because I don't want to make the parts too long. So yeah, might be enough. So I'll be back with like part 2 in a bit. So see you.